I would just like to draw your attention to a number of anomalies that have been appearing regarding the budget in the Fiji Times, and I think it's very important to correct such national matters of importance. In fact, I did ring up the publisher of Fiji Times yesterday to tell him about the anomalies, but I don't think that they've got any corrections in there. But nonetheless, I would like to point out, for example, the Fiji Times carried an article on Sunday titled "Concern Over Loan," written by Shelvin Chand, and reporting comments by the spokesperson from the opposition, Aseri Randrondro, about the ADB loan. And in that report they're saying that there were no mention of it in the and I read from the story. It says the 2015 budget failed to mention any US $100 million loan from ADB, but instead features only $3.5 million under ADB newly proposed loans in the budget estimates. The Fiji Times did not bother to call up government, call up Ministry of Finance to verify these comments, nor did it bother to read the corrigendum, which was also presented to all members of Parliament. And obviously the spokesperson for infrastructure did not read the corrigendum himself, because it talks about the $5 million that's in the estimates, in the 2015 estimates. It also refers to the ADB 2015 newly proposed loan ADB transport sector projects, $100 million. But it says that in 2015 only $5 million will be used. So the facility, the agreement that was signed between ADB is a facility that will be drawn down over a period of time. We find it quite perplexing that here is a media outlet reporting on a major story regarding the budget of Fiji for 2015 without firstly bothering to see the documents themselves, without secondly even trying to send an email question to government to find out exactly what the story was and to balance the story. Not just simply a question of balancing the story, it's a question of getting the facts right. And that was not done. So that's the anomaly we'd like to point out. And for the record, it's very important for all the Fijian people to know what the facts are, because it is in all our interest to ensure that the facts are out there in the market. It's not there to score cheap political points, but to ensure that we have an economic base that attracts investors, that builds investor confidence, that builds confidence with the ordinary Fijians, because we need to grow the economy. The government is creating jobs, we need to create more jobs. And that's precisely what we are going to do, and that's precisely what we are doing. And that's our focus. Not to run stories like this that actually misrepresents the facts. The other story or article I'd like to point out is that, which appeared again in the Fiji Times, which says budget rescue. The budget does not need a rescue. The budget has been presented, the budget has been approved, and there is no rescue. And if you read the headline and then you read the story, the reference is to the Prime Minister talking about how the World Bank is working together with the government in the civil service reforms. And indeed, in the civil service reforms, we have allocated funds from our own funds for the civil service reforms. Now, to have such misleading headlines printed, budget rescue, any ordinary person in their mind would think that suddenly there's been a rescue that's needed to fulfill government promises. There's no such thing has been done. So what is very important, ladies and gentlemen, I think that as media organizations and indeed journalists, we all have a responsibility as Fijians to ensure that we put the facts out regarding the budget, regarding the economy. Politics may have their own place. We don't know whether Fiji Times is playing politics or not. Most certainly they are misrepresenting the facts. And most certainly they have also not bothered to get comments from us regarding this particular story of the loan. We are in the process of lodging a complaint about them, of course, to Media Industry Development Authority. We'll continue that, but more importantly, we don't want to lodge complaints, etc. We just want people to get the facts right and just report what the facts is they are. It's very, very simple.